previously served as the accountant. During the day, Simon works as a project manager for a startup. In addition to the manual objectives, Simon's personal objectives are to have good posture, be engaging, and handle unplanned situations in stride, which he's already done by switching up the speech order. Welcome, Simon Zhu, empty chamber pot, Simon Zhu.
Thank you, James. I'm going to tell a story, but first I want to preface by saying that I've been working on trying to be more efficient with my use of time. And one area that I've been actively trying to reduce is the amount of time I spend waiting in lines. Have you ever noticed that in San Francisco, people love to wait in lines? I'll be walking outside and I see a line stretched around the corner of a building, and it's so long, as if Beyonce is giving out autographs or something. But when I get closer, I find that, in fact, people are lined up to take selfies in a ball pit at the Museum of Ice Cream or something. I keep walking, and there's another line that's now pushed out onto the sidewalk, blocking pedestrian traffic. You know, have you ever had to maneuver through one of these? I say like, hey, I'm not trying to cut. I'm just trying to go to Trader Joe's. Notice my tote bag. Anyway, what is this line for? Did the city open up a new DMV office? No, as it turns out, some guy decided to put lobster in a hot dog bun. I waste a lot of time. And probably the most collective waste of time that I've done is when I decided to study abroad one summer in New Zealand. And the sad part is, I only decided to do it because of peer pressure. My friends had done it and they told me how much of a life-changing experience it was. And so I decided to apply to intern abroad to New Zealand. And why did I choose New Zealand? Is it because I was interested in the historic conflict between the British settlers and the indigenous Polynesian tribe? No, but I did write that on my application. I'm not proud of it. When my friends asked me though, I would tell them that I was interested in seeing the beautiful scenery as portrayed in The Lord of the Rings. But the truth to that is, I never stayed awake for any of those films for so long. Another time saver tip, don't watch the long movies. You shouldn't be blocking out your entire afternoon to watch Titanic. Anyway, the real reason why I chose New Zealand is because they spoke English and I didn't want to learn a new language. So I and a group of Americans travel all the way to New Zealand, probably with similarly poor reasons, and we cram into this hostel in Wellington, which is a very boring city in general, and the days just fly by, like nothing happens of note, and I was starting to get anxious because I wanted to tell the story about my trip. Until 3 weeks before the program ended, my roommate Steve was celebrating his 21st birthday. And you can drink when you're 18 in New Zealand, which we had been doing up to that point. But if you're a college student, 21, I mean, you're going to pull out all the stops, but in the most banal way possible. So he decided we were going to go to pre-party, right? And then we're going to go to an Irish bar, and then we'll go to a German bar, and then we'll go to an American bar. And unfortunately, I don't like alcohol, and my tolerance is very low. But I'll still drink with other people. Refer to my earlier comment about peer pressure. But what I'll do is I'll take a pint of beer, and I'll nurse it like I'm James Franco in that movie 127 Hours. But this doesn't work well if we're bar hopping. So by the second bar, I had to go home. I retired for a night early. And 2 or 3 hours later, my roommate gets carried into the room by two other men, which is the only way to enter your bedroom on the eve of your 21st birthday. And because they had some foresight, they put a puke bucket next to his, on the floor next to his bed. And I thought the night ended there. But about 30 minutes later, I hear my roommate peeing into that bucket, which has now been repurposed as a chamber pot. And so I say, "Hey Steve, can you please dump that out when you're done?" And he said, "Yeah, Simon, I'm so sorry." But when he was done, he went back to bed. And so I got up, I got my flashlight, and I pointed at the chamber pot, and to my surprise, it was empty, because he had urinated over my suitcase. Now, why did I tell you this story? Perhaps if I had to imbue meaning into this story, maybe it serves as a metaphor for how I soiled probably my most precious belonging, time, by going on this worthless trip somewhere. Or perhaps, but at the end, maybe it's just a vignette into why you should really consider how you use your time more wisely.